What's up, guys? Sorry we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we're live now. Show has started. Hey, Tiff.
Hello.
I just need a minute, okay? I'm upset too. Just give me a minute, please.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. What is that thing?
It's a prototype. I built it after Sylvester died.
You built it?
Got old car parts. What did your attacker look
Wookie,
like?
you gotta move, buddy.
I
That's
don't
exactly
know.
where Dave's gonna sit.
Red hair. He threw tires at me with his eyes.
It was with his mind. Ow. He fought my dad, didn't he? Would you stop with that?
Who is he?
He's called Brainwave, one of the Justice Society's enemies, a member of the Injustice Society of America.
The Injustice Society of America? None of you were good with names, huh, Stripesy?
It was a different time then. And look, the less you know,
I want to know who Brainwave is.
I'm trying to protect you.
Did he kill my dad?
Starman wasn't your dad. And Brainwave killed a lot of my friends that night. Johnny Thunder, Hawkman, Hawkgirl,
So who killed Starman?
their leader, Icicle.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Tell what's the reasons, Dad?
Well, I bet Brainwave
Hey,
does.
hold on a second.
No, you hold on. There's no way it's a coincidence this psychopath is in the same small town that you are. No more secrets, no more lies. What's Brainwave doing in Blue Valley?
Nice.
I want the whole truth, Pat.
I'm telling you everything, okay? Right now. Jeez. A teammate of Starman's, a member of the Justice Society of America, called Hourman.
I thought you said they all died.
Can I just get through this? It's not easy for me either, you know? Hourman survived that night, and he took it upon himself to follow the Injustice Society's trail across the country from Los Angeles to Colorado to Nebraska. He and his wife died in an accident shortly after they got here. 2 years ago, I followed Rex's research here. That's when I met your mom.
Why'd he give it to you?
It's not like you had a lot of options. I was the only one left. When I got to Blue Valley, I couldn't pick up the Injustice Society's trail. I thought maybe they passed through or even left the country. I never would have moved us here if I thought any of them actually stayed in Blue Valley. I wouldn't put you or your mom in danger like that, or Mike.
If you stopped looking for them, why the big robot?
I thought I could help Hourman, but he wanted to go it alone. I never used that robot before tonight. It was the first time.
Okay. Brainwave's in this town somewhere for whatever reason. So let's go find him.
You're being careless, all right? Brainwave might not be alone, and he saw you.
It was dark.
And he finds out who you are and comes here. I don't even want to think about it. You know, you might laugh at those red and white stripes I wore, but people looked at those instead of my face. We had costumes for a reason, to protect our families.
Costume. Check. Probably need a mask too.
No,
Upgrade.
no costume.
No, I get it. I totally see your point, Pat. Protect the family. Superhero rule number 1.
Rule number 1 is that I'm doing this without you.
This has to be the reason the staff lit up. Because it knows the bad guys are here. This is my chance, Pat, to do something for my dad.
Starman wasn't your dad, and you're not gonna touch the staff ever again.
You can't do that.
You're 15 years old.
You said you met my dad when he was 15.
That was different.
How?
For a whole lot of reasons that I don't have to explain right now, okay?
I'm not going to sit on the sidelines like you did, Pat.
Hey, I'm not sitting on the sidelines.
Stargirl is brought to you in part by...
All right, well, welcome.
I don't know who's here right now. My device
I
died
can't
here.
keep mine on the entire time because I'm on call.
I'm gonna have to get a second charger or something
It says 2 people,
because we're dead.
and Isaac is the only one talking.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get a charger, and I will be right back.
Actually, what? If you have a charger right there.
Right where?
You should have one. Oh, you're using.
That's the one I'm using for this.
Say, unless you want to talk to people, I can run up and get it real quick.
Whatever you want to do. Okay. Okay. So what a week it has been since the last time we were together here for Stargirl. Man, we've gotten news about the Snyder Cut. We have fought injustice when it comes to people coming out against the Snyder Cut thing. We've done a couple of councils. We have today we got another victory because Andy Signor totally backtracked on all the stuff that he's been doing. He says, well, I still stand by what I said, but basically backtracking and saying, well, I didn't realize it was all about, you know, Zach and not about, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. That's going to be another video for another time. And then last night, or this morning actually, I did another video about this stupid Captain America story where now they're going after Captain America, you know. Comic Book Resource went after it's charging up. So they went after Captain America, saying that Captain America was not heroic. No, Captain America was selfish and full of toxic masculinity. That he only did what he did for his own selfish gain. That it wasn't to help anyone, and that he should have just enjoyed his station in life and just been who he was and stayed as a lowly, weak young man. It's
So we're gonna be
unbelievable.
happy.
It's unbelievable, the idiocracy. It's ironic that we're watching what's his name right now, given the fact that he was in Idiocracy, because that's what it seems like when it comes to the nerd world.
I mean, Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Luke Wilson. It just seems like that.
We're back on.
Oh, we're back on. Here we go.
Well, I left Kentucky back in the first year they had me putting wheels on the Cadillac. One day I devised myself a plan that should lead me to a day, man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. I did one piece at a time, and it won't cost me a dime. You fully see when I come through. Now the headlights, there was another side. We had 2 on the left and 1 on the right. But when we pulled out, it all went on. Kind of funny, but we put together and when we got through, that's when we noticed that we only had 1 tail fin. I got it 1 piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime.
I can't believe it. It's crazy. What's up, Pam?
Good morning.
What's up, Barbara? Nice soup.
Thank you.
Dad's
We
making
supplied our own dogs.
I should be ready in a minute because I'm starving.
They're coming right up, little buddy. Just be patient.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Hey.
Hi.
Oh my God. What happened?
I fell down the basement stairs.
What?
Get them while they're hot. Who's hungry? Huh?
What happened to you?
Oh, I tripped down those basement stairs.
You both fell down the basement stairs?
Yeah, there's a bad step.
Yeah, it's a couple of bad steps down there. I was able to fix it. What I did was, well, it's kind of an interesting story. I replaned it and then I got up under.
Pancakes, wow. Wow, look at these, Mom.
Yeah, they look great.
Would you like blueberry or chocolate chip?
One of each.
You got it, one of each.
Okay, I'm gonna-
Come on up.
You sure you're both okay?
Fine.
Great. Wow.
Why are you guys acting so weird?
What are you talking about? Serving breakfast here.
Damn it.
Mike, language.
What do you want me to say?
Dang it, darn it.
How about golly gee? Is that too strong?
That's perfect.
Thanks for trying with that. All right, I'll be
What's
off
up, Pam?
at 6.
Sounds great. Nice suit.
Thank you.
Looks nice, huh?
Yeah, it's nice that.
Where are you going?
Not hungry.
You kidding me?
Prison rules, hot man.
Mike?
Golly gee.
Great.
This is where she makes her own outfit. How much you want to bet he's going to end up turning out to be a good guy? Eventually.
I want some eggs. All right, not so running. Pronto.
Henry. Junior.
Yeah, Dad?
Sit down.
I kinda gotta get going, Dad.
Sit.
What's up, Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
I have a few more questions about the other night.
What?
Was it a girl that did it?
No. I told you. It was some guy. You really think a girl could
You
do
can't lie to me, Henry. I always know. So, tell me, Junior.
I think he's going to end up rebelling against his dad
You
over
and your
time.
friends up and destroy my car.
Bet you it's one of the things that, like, thwart his dad.
Maybe it was a girl.
You're going to make him really angry. I'm not saying it's going to happen right away. They're going to make him angry and, you know, vindictive, but then he'll eventually come around.
What am I thinking?
Come on, Dad.
Because the dad
Try
wants him
and
to be
guess.
like him.
I hate when you stare at me like this. It's weird.
Look me in the eyes and tell me what I'm thinking.
That I have to take the bus? I don't know.
Because the dad wants him so bad to be
I'll
evil.
drop you off on the way to the hospital.
Okay.
The dad wants him to have the power so bad.
Henry. I've told you before, you don't steal from family.
Yes, sir.
The dad reminds me of the nice guy in Batman. That guy.
like the blue motif for the show.
We taking care of business. It's time to step it up. You either coming with us, or you get left in the dust.
Nice.
A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Like regular scissors won't break it, but a needle won't break. Sorry. She's good in how much. Look at them, they're smoking.
Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta.
That's some strong material. What's up, Gavin? Gavin says, hi guys, I bought my Arrow Season 8 DVD and my Crisis on Infinite Earths DVD today. I am buzzing.
Nice.
I didn't realize they were... Now, of course, Gavin is in the UK. I don't think that I saw that we got a release of Crisis on Infinite Earths, because if we got a release of Crisis, I think I'd want to buy that. Just the 5-part.
Well, I've been talking with Isaac. I'm done with Supergirl. I'm done with Batwoman. I'm 4 away from finishing off Legends. Then all I have left is Black Lightning. And that's in my email
I
time.
know, this is funny.
That sounds like a saying email. I only have 2 more shows left. And then once I'm caught up on those shows, because I have the opportunity to do that, then I plan on binging Arrow. So I want to hurry up and finish those shows so that I can.
Pam says, aha, aha, aha. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, well, hi, Harley.
She's like, you speak my language.
I know. Break scissors. Also, I sew like that. Gavin asks, Tiff, did you like the last episode of Batwoman?
Oh my god, yes. I have so many different feelings. Because, don't take this the wrong way because of where she stands and everything, but I love Ruby Rose. I absolutely love her. So now, the way that it ended with her, now I'm frustrated that I know that she's not coming back. Now I feel, after having seen that, now you gotta find someone very comparable to her to replace what they're, and I don't know how they're gonna fix it. Because how they left it on a cliffhanger.
Well,
They did mention things in the multiverse, though, pertaining to her sister, so maybe something can happen where maybe she had, like, the memories and they can be, like, a different version of her in the multiverse, that once the worlds came together, that, and then change the actor that way. That's the...
I've seen a name mentioned.
The chick from,
Scream?
Krypton?
No.
Oh.
Well, the chick from Krypton would be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. I would be okay with her.
But, no, the chick from Scream.
There's a
The
lot
TV
of chicks
show.
from Scream. Oh,
But
Which
she's too
one?
small. As
the
far as
main
I'm...
chick?
No, not the main chick. The girl, she's a lesbian girl on there.
Oh, the chick with the short hair?
Yeah, she looks
She's
like
too
her,
small.
but she's way too small.
Like,
I know
Ruby
that
Rose is thin,
Yep.
but she's stocky and she fits the cowl, she fits the
but
costume.
she's big enough.
Yeah. She's thin but beefy enough. It isn't in a weird.
That girl actually looks a little bit like Ruby Rose.
I believed her when she fought.
Yeah, that girl looks like Ruby Rose in a lot of ways, but she's just way too tiny.
But that show, after I made it through the first like 3 or 4 episodes, I absolutely fell in love with the show. And watching it, every night I kept thinking, one more show, and I'm, dang it, and then, because I have to go to bed, but I kept watching it, and I found myself, like, all these twists and turns that by the time the episode was done, I was like, No way! That's why I had to watch another one. I was tearing up and crying for the villain. I mean, there were so many different emotions out of that show that it honestly, by the time that show was done, it became one of my top 5 favorites. Which I did not see when I first started it, but binging it the way that I did, I loved the show. But I loved, because I loved Ruby Rose in that. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, now the reports are coming out that you know, they're saying that it's, you know, been mutual, but that basically she left because, you know, she was upset about some stuff.
But I was even tearing up when, because they fleshed out the story, because of how this takes place.
Mm-hmm.
They fleshed out the story of Luke's dad and what happened to him. And, there's
Lucius
just-
Fox?
Yeah. He goes by Luke.
No, I mean, but Lucius.
Yeah, but his dad, Lucius Fox, yeah. And they add a bunch of different stuff. The way that it ended, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Gavin, send that. I want to see a picture of it. Pam said they spent 3 hours in the waiting room with Build-A-Bear to get a baby Yoda. 20 minutes until night turn, and they sold out.
Come on. Hey, Larry. Sorry,
Roger, that's right, buddy. How you doing, Dad?
pretty good.
You don't look good.
Okay.
At all.
All right.
What's going on?
Well, funny you should ask. I'm actually been thinking about maybe getting on a cardiovascular wellness type program that I've been reading about.
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, yeah, like you call it getting ripped.
Who up?
Ripped, right?
Don't be ashamed to say Rick. That's what we do here, buddy. Let's go.
Okay, well, I just wanted to sign up today.
Go back there, get changed, come out, we're getting started right now. Let's go. We're starting right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on, baby. Get pumped. Custer's house.
Nice.
Women don't do that.
You gotta maintain your friend. You're making choices for your future self right now. Your better self. Your better self is gonna thank you for it. How long with the building this? 3 minutes. Only 57 more to go.
There you go.
I love having lunch together.
Yeah, chicken cordon bleu is delicious, honey, but it's a little heavy for this time of day.
I'm so glad you like it. Let's call Dad. Family lunch.
Oh, honey,
Hey, sweetie, I'm a little swamped right now.
I've got Mom on the line too.
Hey, babe.
yeah.
Dr. Chapel.
Hello, Henry.
Is that Dr. King? Hi, Dr. King.
Hi, Ben.
Honey, who's that with you?
Oh, that's Courtney.
Well, why don't you have lunch with her?
Get to have lunch with your friend.
Your father and I have to get back to work. We'll see you at the open house tonight.
You'll see everyone at the open house tonight. It's gonna be a party. Love you, Mom.
Open house.
Yes, I assume you and Henry will be there.
Oh, we wouldn't miss it.
It's creepy.
My parents are the best.
Ocean Spray product placement.
Can you stop staring at me? I wasn't.
I'd like to thank you all for coming to what is my favorite night of the year here at Blue Valley High. These boys and girls of yours are the future of America, including my own son, Isaac. I love you, sweetie. I am proud to announce last year's graduating class was in the top 1% of the nation. I'd like to thank a few of the many supporters that made that possible. Councilman Zarek, for his undying commitment to making sure our school receives the funding it needs. Doctors Henry King and Bridget Chappell of the Blue Valley Medical Center. For the generous volunteer work supporting our teams. Go Dogs. And finally, everyone employed by the American Dream, by Blue Valley Tires, the lifeline of this town. Please, stand up. Everyone, give a hand to the backbone of this great community.
Well, that's not good if they're all invested in one company. Except from somebody who lives in Flint, Michigan.
You never come to these things. Why are you here?
That's right.
Go get some punch, Henry.
See, that's the thing, is I think he's gonna drive his son away from him.
Amazing. I can't wait for you to meet Mrs. Rosani. No, Mr. Mora. She's the best part of the
Right? Me again. These are not on the program.
Yeah. Program? What program?
The program that you started today, big guy. I call it Pat 2.0. This stuff will kill you.
You gotta be kidding me. This guy's crazy.
History and tradition are undervalued in favor of progress. But passing our ways on to the next generation for them to then improve upon in their own way, that's what life's about.
Well, I wonder what
Legacy.
part that kid's gonna play
My
there.
boy here is quite the
Isaac.
musician himself. He'll be better than I ever was, a real savant. And a cute one at that.
Well,
My
What's
sweet
up,
boy
Jeff?
is so modest.
Good on, Jeff. What's up, Dan?
Isaac said Brainwave is kind of reminding me of season 1 of Fallen Away.
yeah, I see that.
What are you doing?
Trying to hydrate.
Have you seen anything?
Parents, their kids, teachers, a lot of cookies, and stop looking for brainwave. I got it.
We can cover more ground together. You keep checking out the gym, I'll have some costumes.
Listen to me, Court.
Meet
Listen.
back at the cookies and 10.
Hey, hold on a second. You're not
Stop
listening.
standing around.
Hey, stop.
Hey, move, Patrick.
Telling me what to do.
I bet he's gonna come by and like slap it on his
I know.
face.
I'm waiting for him to show up out of nowhere.
They say my daughter will be the first woman drafted into the NFL. You say it, Mom. Oh, your father does too.
It's true. I'm a bragger with this one.
Excuse.
You know they say it's not bragging, it's true.
So it's you.
Hello? Courtney.
Stay away from me.
You're Starman's daughter. Is that it? You keep thinking of him over and over.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
You'll pay for what you did to my dad and the JSA.
You're frightened.
You're creepy.
Your father was frightened too. So many things. Your
You're going to bring me the cosmic staff. You're going to come back here with it at midnight. Your mother, Laura, will kill your mother if you don't bring this staff. Do you understand? I'll make it like she has stroke. I'll make sure your death is extremely painful. Midnight.
He definitely has a Thawne thing going on.
It looks more like third season.
Yeah, that's cool. Jeff says, just finished watching The Mandalorian with my dad. Awesome. Love The Mandalorian. Love what they're doing with that show. Can't wait to see what they do with season 2. With all the stuff that we've had coming out of season 2, that we're getting Boba Fett, we're getting Ahsoka Tano. It sounds like we're gonna get Sabine Wren. Sounds like we're gonna get I can't remember the guy's name, but he actually was in the book Aftermath.
See the chick with the short hair from Scream, I could see her playing Sabine more.
Yeah, maybe.
More than Batgirl.
Maybe.
Batwoman.
But lots of good stuff coming up for that. What's up, Caleb?
Caleb says, I'm starting to wonder if maybe they'll pull a switcheroo and Starman wasn't her father, but Starman had a twin brother and he's her brother. That way they can bring back Joel McHale.
That'd be interesting.
Or father, he said.
Well, and that's interesting because they do keep pointing at this idea that she's Starman's daughter, but Stripes keeps saying no. So
Well, if there's a twin, then that would be the wrong twin. Isaac said they definitely shortened down the scene of them in the gymnasium.
Yeah, no, I just think that I feel like there's going to be some kind of twist with that. It just feels like it. It just feels like there's a twist coming with who she is and how she's related to Starman.
Well, she thinks it's the most logical thing, so that's why.
Yeah. Well, she's assuming a lot.
Because it sounds like if you talk to her mom, it's more like he was a deadbeat dad that just never showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But to her, she thinks that it's the superhero.
Yeah. I like this show. I like this show a lot. I'm digging what they're doing with it. And I didn't think I was going to like this show that much, to be quite honest with you. I thought it was just going to be like something that was just there, but
Filler.
yeah.
Matt, he's here.
Rainwood? Where?
He knows who my mom is, and he said he'd kill her if I didn't meet back here at midnight with the staff.
What? Where is it?
I don't know. He just...
Okay, hold on. Lenny told me that you wait right here, all right? Wait right here.
Cut.
The accelerator program.
Excuse me, Barbara, I'm very sorry, but we gotta go.
No, I'm talking to these people.
Yeah, I'm really not feeling so hot. I had some of those pigs in a blanket over there, and can we hit it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so principal, senator.
Nice talking to you. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.
No.
Oh, really, Jeff?
He's going to hurt my mom if I don't.
No. All right. staying here.
He said he'd give her a stroke.
That was
He'd
before
make
they
her
gave him
death
a name.
painful.
When he says that, he's not lying. And he'll do it to you too.
Stop trying to scare me.
You should be scared. Do you understand me?
Well, I can't be right now. Pat, my whole life I waited for my father to show up. And now I know why he didn't. Brainwave and the others took him from me. And the staff is giving me a chance to get justice for that. For my dad. For the JSA, for your friends.
I don't care that that staff works for you. You're staying here. You listen to me. I'm not back in the morning. You get your mom and Mike, and you leave Blue Valley. You leave, and you never, ever look back. You understand what I'm saying? You stop. You protect your mom. You get her out of here.
It's about the time Mom walks in. It's like, why are you guys alone in the dark?
I wanted you guys to be close, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm noticing a little bit too much closeness going on here. Guys alone at midnight in the middle of the house in the dark. Guys got similar scratches all up on your face, telling the same lie about falling down the stairs. Is that what we're calling it now? Following the style.
Like the musical score on the show.
Yeah, it's got great music. I'm not yawning because of the show. The show's great. That's cool.
Am I interrupting?
No.
You getting along with Pat today didn't go unnoticed. I know this has been difficult. With the move and a new stepfather and new stepbrother and an instant family. I thought it'd all be so perfect.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a good take, Isaac.
I am grateful for everything that you've been doing. I wanted you to know. Everything's not been as easy as I imagined it'd be transitioning here. I know that. But we're gonna make a good life. That's all I want for you.
That's all I want for you, too.
Come here. You'll always be the greatest thing that has ever happened to me.
Thanks, Mom.
We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
All right, good night.
Night.
Right?
You're gonna play Disney's like When You Wish Upon a Star.
Except for it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So what's the Warner Brothers equivalent?
When you wish upon a star, man.
You wish upon a star.
Caleb says it'd be fun if, since we've seen the Starman be all quippy, suave, and cool, if they did bring in a twin of Starman, I'd like to see Joel McHale play a tight collar, no nonsense kind of nerdy character.
That'd be interesting.
There you go. Speaking of, did you see the new movie he's gonna be in?
Chris Evans.
Pretty good, yeah.
Oh, it looks like he's in there with Jason.
No, that's
oh
a
no,
bunch
it's,
of different,
it's different,
TV
different
shows.
things.
No, but that's his newest movie, and it actually was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I tell you what, this whole Chris Evans thing, man, with it's not a Chris Evans thing, it's Captain America. I could not believe that when that broke last night. And I don't even know if you saw that. But I had to do a video of it because they basically attacked Captain America on Memorial Day.
You've already talked
Of
about
all
it.
days, yeah, of all days, Memorial Day, saying that he was basically full of toxic masculinity, that he was selfish, that he didn't care about anybody, and all this stuff, and it was funny because people, like, when that happened, people went crazy about it and like started messaging and sending tweets and stuff like that. And first they took down the tweet of the guy who wrote it, whose name was Caleb. But first they took down the tweet, and then after that, they finally took down the article, because the article was just so stupid. I mean, it was just written in a way that just didn't make any sense. So I'm glad to see that.
So one would say they weren't using their brain.
No, it's been good to see this week fans standing up for what is right, standing up for the truth, and basically
Justice.
yeah. Well, this person attacked that as well and said that Captain America was wrong for having a sense of duty and for having a sense of what was right and for standing up for what they felt was right no matter what, and even in the face of what the world thinks, even in the face of what the media thinks, and said that was wrong. Said that was wrong to do. That's insane. Those are that's who you need to take a stand against sometimes, is the rest of the world, and you need to take a stand against the media sometimes, and you can't just go with the flow, and it basically attacked Captain America for just believing in something and for having a worldview that he does and stuff, trying to say that he doesn't respect others, which was absolutely ridiculous, because Captain America, even though he's
his own happiness above everything else.
exactly, and even though Captain America was from a time when things were a lot different, in the MCU especially, he's always showed respect to everybody in the MCU, and so just dumb. Dumb.
Dum
Dumb.
That's what I was thinking when you said it. South Park.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get, though, with this show, I think we're gonna get a few different twists and turns before it starts to settle in, because
Well, you've already got the bad guy who knows who she is demanding the staff, and like she's just gonna hand it over because she's some kid. You've got her, coming together with Pat, getting to know him, training with him, pretty much gonna be her protege kind of thing, and so it's gonna be, a story. And then like Isaac said, what if the mom does secretly know? Or,
Do you have any idea what happens
a
to
little
people
bit of
who wander?
something.
yeah. Well, what if the villain dies?
Well, that's where Isaac
And
would
his
be
son,
true, and
yeah.
his son becomes the villain. And takes
That's where I
over.
could see his son possibly stepping up. Nobody notices the giant robot flying through the sky and reports it.
Who are you? Who am I?
Someone looking for justice.
comes Stargirl. Right here in your face.
I'm Stargirl. And that's my sidekick.
Nice. It's like Magneto on crack.
You know what this spear reminds me of?
Oh, it can't work.
The magic carpet reminds me.
New Starman. That'd be big trouble. Real game changer. Imagine my relief. No Starman. Just a silly little star girl. You'll die for attacking my son. But first, you feel such pain. I forgot how much fun this is.
Oh!
Unless did that take away his power?
Yeah, what did that do?
Just into his face.
Took the cosmic staff to the face.
Pat, are you okay? What do we do with him?
At Domino's, we think it's
Go to
important to
commercial?
look on the bright side
Burn
right
mark
now.
right here.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Just glad I don't have to share with you guys.
Both sides.
I saw it. Like, what do we do with him? We go to commercial. That's what we do.
She's a billy goat. She'll eat anything.
Pam says, "Well, bless their stupid little hearts." I think the President Courtney hasn't opened yet. Will reveal who her father is. Well, I think the President Courtney hasn't opened yet. Will reveal who her father is. Whether it's a picture of Starman or, like Caleb said, with the twin idea, the dad in a picture with Starman. What do we know about Starman, though? I mean, like, what do we know about the history that they could bring into this?
Caleb.
Caleb says, I think the present was from Courtney to her dad, so that's why she kept it, because he never got to open it. Yeah, Isaac says, I just realized they cut 2 huge scenes from I'm guessing the episode?
Yeah,
Not-
that's what he
not
meant.
10 episode. That's a good point, Caleb. The episode, not 10 episode.
Just found Stargirl. Awesome, Jeff. I'll tell you what, man, Jeff, this has been really good. I've really enjoyed this. Like I said, I didn't really think that this was going to be something that I was going to be like super into. I really enjoyed this. I'm really, really liking this. Pan says, "Oh, I'm guessing that's when he took the cosmic staff to the face. That was pretty intense." They cut out the scene where Brainwave goes to the wizard's house saying he needs to alert the Injustice Society that the cosmic staff is back. And then there's a scene with the mayor and the mom works. No,
From what we can gather, your father suffered a seizure of some sort. And we're doing everything we can. But the best person to help him would have been him.
Well, if you weren't evil in the school parking lot.
yeah, he's gonna turn evil. And he can read minds.
What if he dies?
Hey, it's not your fault. His mind short-circuited.
The cosmic staff. Is it alive or?
I don't know how the staff works. Starman didn't build it. A man named Ted Knight did, but that's a story for another day.
Why? Just tell the story. You're there. You just sit there and tell the
I never
story.
thought there'd be another Starman.
Stargirl. We took down Brainwave. We'll find the others that killed my dad in the JSA, and we'll get justice for them too.
I can't do this, Courtney.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why the staff works for you. And who knows, I mean, maybe you are Sylvester's daughter. As crazy as that might be. But whatever the case, you're the one who didn't give up. You're the one who saved me and stopped Brainwave.
No.
You.
We stopped that freak together. You and me. Come on, sidekick, don't flake on me now.
Then Moms comes down. What are you guys doing in the basement all by yourselves?
My partner got killed.
That's how the show's gonna go. Every week.
Yes, but this time you have a freaking robot. You can do this, Pat. The staff chose me, and I choose you.
Aww.
Stargirl and Stripesy. What about Stripe? Ooh. Like an acronym, yeah, like, subatomic, tactical robot, internet, Pat Enhancer. Yes. Yes, that's cool.
Pat Enhancer.
So which one of the bad guys is next?
Which one, Harley?
Thank you. All the answers, just keep scratching.
I know, right? random, like, hey, hi, old friend. The Justice Society.
Welcome back. Yeah, let me show you.
Isaac said that's Salman Grundy.
Oh, that is. Took out Brainwave. What do we do? You don't worry, Steven. I killed one Star Man. I can kill another.
It's Icicle.
A new episode of
Yay.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow is coming up next.
Isaac said there.
I finally know who I really am. Stargirl. It's Icicle.
This is a trap, Courtney.
I have a 3-point plan. Find them, surprise them, kick their
Stargirl, the new hit series, next Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Okay.
Idiot one dove. I don't care for a live stream.
I know, you just don't care. Nice. I like that.
I think that the face for Steel on Legends is better than the face for Icicle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dan says, yes, that is right. I was surprised they cut those scenes to
What's up,
Isaac.
Pelican?
What's up, Pelican?
He said, hey guys, just dropping by to say hi.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much. Good to see you, man. Always good to see you, bro. Let's see. For him, and he's a jerk, which you found out something about him later, unless they cut that too. There was a scene with the mayor and the mom at her work. Where else is this show playing that they're cutting scenes? It's playing on DC Universe. So
The night
it
before.
comes out the night before on DC Universe.
So Isaac and some people are watching it the night before, and then they'll come watch it with us, and we're watching it live on the CW the night that it airs.
Isaac mentioned that. He's also Starman.
He's also Starman, the name Pat said.
Just a different kind.
Isaac said that guy Icicle is talking to is also the current mayor. The mom also works with the mayor. That's the other big scene that was cut.
Gotcha.
And Pelican said, I would stay with you, but I'm playing some Fallout New Vegas.
Alright, man. Well, you guys have fun. Blow up some bad guys. Yeah. That's, man. So, the ending was good. I enjoyed that episode a lot. I'm enjoying this show.
I'm actually enjoying.
Let's set this up and
I'm
have a little bit
enjoying
of
the
talk here
fact
about
that
it.
Pat and her are getting along, and they're growing because of this. The mom is noticing, but it's weird because they're lying about it because they can't just be like, "Hey, by
Yeah.
the way."
Yeah, that's gonna be the weird, the weird thing about that is if you got every week them stowing
I
off.
fell down the stairs.
Yeah, if you got them every week, kind of stowing off and going into their own little places and everything, I'd be a little leery about that as a parent.
Unless the mom knows and she's like, "You got what your dad has," kind of thing, and then.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if they end up showing that,
Because does she know about Pat's past?
That's a good question, because the question is Starman her dad? I mean, they're kind of pointing that way, but is Starman really her dad, or is it something else?
Pelican said LOL and you said blow some stuff.
Yes. So that's going to be really the question: is she really Starman's daughter? Does the mom know? How are they going forward with that? But I do feel that they do need to figure this whole thing out, though.
Isaac said that's Ted Knight. The name Pat said.
Oh, he was also
Starman.
Starman, just a different Star. Yeah, okay, gotcha. I got you.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you for clearing that up, because I didn't understand what you were saying there for a second. But they're gonna have to. I don't want it to be a little creepy every time, like Stargirl and Stripe are, stowing off to the
I
basement.
understand that, but I also
It's a little weird.
think that the mom knows more than she's letting on.
I'm hoping that that's the case, that she
And
understands,
that's why she's condoning it. Because if you notice when she's like, you both fell down the stairs. Like, it's not like even just the creepy stuff. I think it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, I know what you did for a living. What's up with her? You guys are getting along. I love that, but what's going on?
Yeah, well, and the thing is if Starman is her dad, did she know that he was Starman? Because,
And if Starman was her dad, and then that was his sidekick, and he died, and then he ends up marrying the mom, that's like, I've been thinking all those things too.
yeah, but like the mom too is like really come hard against the idea of the dad whoever the dad is being any kind of good person. I mean, basically saying he left us, he didn't want anything to do with us, like he had
So
his
she's
chance.
probably trying to redeem any bad
So
juju.
So I don't know how that's going to play out really in the end. But it'll be interesting to see how they do bring that full circle eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that this show is on long enough that we get some of those stories. I hope that people really connect with this show because it's a good show. It really is a good show.
Isaac said, I think they'll confuse us on if Starman is her father or not, so when we do find out the truth, we won't believe it at first.
Yeah, that's a good point. What
And
if she...
HXSH Xbox One said hello.
Well, hello.
Xbox.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's warm in here, and I love this show. It has
You got
nothing.
a sweatshirt on.
I
I
know.
got a tank top on.
I know.
I got out of work, and the stuff that I'm using to kind of get back on track from COVID-19 pounds, is giving me energy. So when I got out of work today, on call, I still went upstairs and helped Landon clean his room.
Well, it didn't help that I didn't go to bed till like 8 in the morning either today. So if you guys saw my live stream at like 5 in the morning. But
Xbox said it was great, but I don't know if they were talking about the show or your live stream.
Yeah.
Isaac says, like they'll lean on he's not his father, so if he is, we'll be like, we were told he wasn't all season, and vice versa.
yeah, what if her dad is part of the Injustice League? That'd be an interesting
because
twist.
if the brainwave son ends up trying to avenge his dad and becomes the villain because his dad's in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
then her dad being in the Injustice League would be like, she's the opposite. She's like the shining star, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And she's the good against the bad that her father was.
Exactly. And then there's a pull between. I could see there being eventually a love interest, kind of like a Kylo Ren Rey thing, where
Good attracted to bad.
where
right?
like the son is falling towards his dad's side, trying to bring that out and trying to be evil, and she's good, and she finds out that her dad was also part of the Injustice Society, and she's fighting against that, and the staff chose her because it sees the good in her, and then that would be a huge thing where Stripe would be just like, why did it choose you? Like what kind of episode would that be? Like why would it choose you if your dad is this villain and killed Starman and everything? Like heck yeah. And plus then the mom even having to deal with the fact that, because that would then validate the fact that the dad was a jerk and left them and didn't wasn't around and everything if he was a member of the Justice or the Injustice
So
Society.
then what would the staff choose her because she's the opposite of her dad?
She has inherent good in her, just like Rey is a Palpatine,
Yeah.
yet the Force awoke in her.
Was one of the forces with her?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's kind of my current thought.
Her ears inside out.
Kind of my current thought as to how that may go. I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see how it goes. Tiff, what would you give this episode? How would you rate this episode?
I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd definitely give it a 9.
Good episode, good character development.
Caleb says, hi, I'm back. My internet went out.
Welcome back, Caleb. Caleb, we were just talking about, I don't know if you heard my thought on this, but, you know, we're talking a lot about Stargirl's dad and who Stargirl's dad is. And I said, what if they end up setting it up where Brainwave's son develops his powers, goes down the path of evil, yet they kind of do a thing where they kind of bring Stargirl and Brainwave's son together in kind of a romantic kind of thing, where they're kind of fighting it, where like they don't, you know, hey.
Isaac said I definitely recommend watching this episode again on DC Universe.
Where they don't want to be together, but they're drawn to each other, and it ends up being that Stargirl's dad was also part of the Injustice Society. And and she's fighting that, but the staff chose her because of the good in her, much like Rey was a Palpatine, but yet the Force chose her.
Who also had a staff?
Yeah, who also had a staff. Yeah, like what if she's actually that, and then Stripe will have to come to.
I like that she called him Stripe, and it's
Yeah.
an acronym.
Yeah, but what if
Pat Enhancer?
Yeah, Pat. but what if Pat has to come to some realizations, and having to deal with the fact that she is the daughter of somebody who helped kill his friend.
True. Then she could be the one to help redeem that, rectify
You know,
it.
that'd be a good story. That would definitely be a good story.
Which would then would then also he would make him love her like a daughter just because you kind of rectified what happened to my best friend.
Yeah, well, and then go with the classic, story of, I'm not defined by my lineage or where I come from, or the fact that my dad was a jerk, like my mom's been saying, but I'm defined by what I do. And the fact that the staff chose me.
And if he is a jerk, then he was a jerk, rightly so, because he was part of the Injustice League.
Well, yeah. And if she's just like, just hey, I'm defined by what I do, and the staff chose me.
Isaac said, I can see that happening. He'll hate her at first for hurting his father and almost killing him.
Yep.
If it doesn't kill him or put him in a coma, and then help take down the Injustice Society, and then get that relationship, and then it stopped, and he says, that relationship for Stargirl and the son. Caleb says, going back to the Christmas present, I think the present is symbolic of the father-daughter relationship between Courtney and Pat. She'll give it to him when she's ready to accept Pat as her dad.
I think that's a good call.
Me too.
Definitely think that's a good call. Definitely a good take on that. Well,
You sound like Rain Man.
probably when she discovers that her dad is evil.
Then giving it to him would be like her saying, you know what, he doesn't deserve this, you do.
My
You're
dad wasn't the good man that I've thought this whole time that he was, because
Her stepdad's her sidekick.
well, because it's kind of generic to be able to say, well, Starman was there, so she's Starman's daughter, right? And so we haven't seen any proof that she's Starman's daughter, except for she wants to be Starman's
Well,
daughter.
she's got that locket that has her dad in it, and that looks like Joel McHale, but like Caleb said, if there's some kind of doppelganger
What
or
if there's a twist with
twin
that?
or
Yeah.
something.
Well, what if there's just a twist with
But
it?
I mean, if you've got Starman, what if there's like a twin that's the evil side, which would be the Injustice League, and
Maybe.
that's the one that's her dad, but she wants to see this.
But what if there's some twist with the locket? That maybe the locket was not,
Or maybe she got that and it wasn't supposed to go to her.
yeah, like who knows? But I'm really liking that theory now. Actually,
Mhm.
I'm really liking that theory that her real dad, whoever it is actually part of the Injustice Society, and she's gonna have to come to terms with that, which will lead to her having a more fatherly daughter.
Plus, I mean, it would
role
cause her to
with
break
Pat.
down and to maybe, learn some lessons in being a superhero because she's got to deal with the fact that her dad is evil.
Yeah.
Just like Kylo Ren had to deal with the fact that his dad was good, for the most part. Besides
So.
being a... Rebel Queen.
Well, and that Rey had to deal with the fact that her grandfather was evil.
Freaking Palpatine.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I like that.
It's got
That's
a
gonna
lot nice
be.
layers.
Yeah, that's gonna be my going theory until I see stuff that starts to peel
Until I
away
see
at that.
something otherwise.
Yeah. So I like that. But yeah, so you give it a 9.5. I give it a 9. Definitely a show worth watching, guys. This
And
show.
for 9.5 and 10 out of 10, the first 2 episodes out the gate, I think it's off to a great start. And I
Good
think it's a
TV.
good, I don't want to say replacement, but since Flash had to end early.
Mhm.
The same time slot, same channel, everything kind of thing. So I'm liking that as a replacement for the summer. That this is a nice. It feels like we're not skipping a beat. Like
Yeah.
we lost Flash, but we're picking up right.
Feels
right
like we
away
got a
with
good
Star.
DC show going forward here for a little while, and I think this is going to be a nice addition
Mhm.
to the DC universe on the
I just think
CW.
it's kind of cool that as much as you, excuse me, I got the hiccups. As much as you don't like her or
Mhm.
like the show, I do like the fact. Like I said, I'm not like some big feminist. It's like women have to be the best at everything. But I like the fact now that they have Stargirl. That's a powerful woman on the show.
Mhm.
Teenage woman.
Yeah.
But they've got Batwoman. They've got Supergirl.
Yep.
We've got just as many men. You've got Arrow, you've got Flash, you've got Black Lightning. I mean, you've got all these guys, but now you're getting this like nice group of women that it's just like it's just kind of cool to kind of get a little bit of both
When it's
sides
done,
now.
when it's done right. Like I said, the only problem that I have is Supergirl is just a vehicle to do nothing but put men down. And that's the problem that I,
I
have
agree
with
with that,
show.
but I also, when
So.
I finally finished that season, I don't know what it was, but I actually really enjoyed the last like 5 episodes of that season.
Right.
When I watched it in succession, it was some of them were throwaway shows or episodes. Some of them were just like, it was good. But then there was other episodes I was like, I need to watch the next one, which I never feel that way with Supergirl. But for some reason, the way that they finished out the storyline, because they did a lot of cool things with Lex and Brainiac, and with Supergirl, and I mean they brought in the dude from Reno 9/11 for playing Mixus Pitlick for the incarnation for the second part of the season to help with some stuff.
But see, stuff like that just ticks me off even more because why is Mixus Pitlick, or as we said in the council, Mr. Mixelplick, whatever you want to choose to call him, like why is he on Supergirl? Why are you making that a Supergirl villain?
Well, the fact that he showed up in the first one the way that he did, the first time he showed up, the second time that he showed up in the season was something happened with him where he had to go right everything that he made wrong. So the reason he came back to her in a different form was because he came back to her to give Supergirl the chance to write anything, and she was trying to write the issues that she had with Lena. And so the whole episode was her trying to, realizing that no matter what I do.
See, so here's another problem I have with Mixus Pitlick in TV shows like this. The dude is meant to be an imp. From the 5th dimension.
He looked more impish as the form in that episode.
He is supposed to be
He wasn't attractive in a lot of the stuff in the other episodes.
Well, the first episode he was like some handsome dude.
And he was because he was trying to win Supergirl and wanted her to marry him.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that Mixus Pitlick is supposed to be an imp from the 5th dimension who causes all kinds of chaos, and he's not a good guy. Like, he's not a guy that you're supposed to be redeemed. Superman doesn't take him too seriously, but he has godlike powers where he can mess stuff up. Look at the Emperor Joker storyline. So he can mess stuff up in a big way. But Superman, I mean, the whole point is you get him to say his name backwards, he goes back to the 5th dimension.
Well,
Did they even do that?
Yeah, because they actually it showed how serious he was in trying to help this time, because he actually had it said backwards on a recording that if at any time she felt that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to, that he was defying her or like trying to flip things and everything, she just had to push that if she needed to. But it actually was the way that it was done. I thought it was done well.
Every time
and
I hear
actually
some-
liked him better than the first time.
Yeah, just every time I hear something like that, it just makes me really concerned for the Superman show, because honestly, they've jobbed Superman out so bad now at this point. I just feel like they've gutted the Superman show at this point. I mean, they've taken so many of his good
Well, they're starting
villains.
his episode. They're starting his show with him and Lois pregnant, so they're starting it off in a different.
No, not pregnant. They have two teenage sons.
Oh, is that what happened after Crisis?
Yep, it totally rewrote the whole thing. So they have 2 teenage sons
Then
now.
they're in a whole different
Yep.
era that we've seen on any.
Well, no, it's supposed to be the same era. That's the weird part about it. Is like I don't know. It's just strange. And like I said, they've gutted the character as far as his villains, giving villains to Supergirl, making Supergirl seem more powerful than all of the villains.
You know, they took away Metallo, which is a Superman villain, one of the better Superman villains that, you know, Superman has faced. You know, it just is what it is.
Caleb said, plot twist, Brainwave is her dad. Brainwave is blonde as well, like maybe he adopted his son, and if he is her dad, he'll see Courtney as his prodigal son, and that could act as a villain origin for Brainwave's son.
Interesting.
Isaac said, I feel like this show has gotten a stronger start than the last couple.
Yes.
And Isaac also says, I don't know if it's just the Arrow fan in me, but I'd love to see Barry crossover with Earth 2 and mentor Courtney so Barry's training from Oliver comes full circle unless he somehow does that with Mia Queen.
Yeah.
And then Pam says the 70s cartoon they pronounced as Mixelplick.
Yeah, Mixelplick. I know. Well, see that we just talked about this in the council the other day,
And
that
then
is the
on
fact,
some of the TV shows they call it Mixes Piddly.
Yep. So I've just gotten used to calling it Mixes Piddly now because I grew up calling him Mixelplick. That's what we called him. That's what he was on Super Friends, like Pam said.
Make it sound like it was like you're sneezing.
Yeah, it was Mixelplick. You know, and it was kind of a tongue twister. I remember as a kid to say Mixelplick, but that's what we always called him was Mixelplick. And then I don't know at what point, all the new shows and everything started calling him Mixes Piddly, and I was like at first I thought it was just a thing of like it was just wrong. They were just, you know, because like some of these shows, you know, I related it to the fact that like in Star Wars forever they called the race of people who are like Bib Fortuna with the long things coming from their head. They called them Twi'leks. And they were Twi'leks forever. And that's how I always knew them was as Twi'leks. And then all of a sudden, everybody started calling them Twi'leks. And I thought, well, maybe that's just this British thing because they would do it in like, the first time I noticed it really was in audiobooks. When they would talk about them, they would call them Twi'leks. And then all of a sudden it was like, then we're watching like Rebels and they call them Twi'leks. And then we're watching like these other shows and they're calling them Twi'leks. And I'm like, but they're Twi'leks.
Who's the dude that trained Batman that was on Arrow? The bad guy.
Ra's al Ghul, yes.
And they call him
They started calling him Raish.
I
Started calling him Raish al Ghul. Like, that's not his name is Ra's al Ghul. Everybody knows his name's Ra's al Ghul. Where all of a sudden did this stupid Raish come from? Like, and like the Arrowverse wants to call him Raish all the time, and his name is not Raish. That's annoying. So you got like Raish, Mixes Piddly. You know, you got these like different like pronunciations of names that just really don't make any sense. You know, I guess you can say them that way, but that's not traditionally how those characters have pronounced their names. And so, you know, Leah, yeah, well, yeah, you got a little bit of that. No, Pam, I appreciate the fact that you're just like me. So don't think you're such a dork. I mean, I guess we're both dorks. We're big nerds. I mean, because that's what we go back to. But I love Super Friends too. I mean, I love we've got DC Universe and all the Super Friends episodes are on there, man. And I just watch that stuff sometimes. And I'm reminded of coming home from school and watching, you know, Super Friends and all of its incarnations. You know, whether it be back in the day with Wonder Dog and all them, and you know the kids. I'm trying to remember what their names were right now. It's eluding me. But then, you know, then when they moved over to the Wonder Twins and, you know, and that whole thing, and then, you know, later on with the Superpowers Hour and everything, I love that. But you're right. In Star Wars, you know, we've got some people call her Leia, some people call her Leah, some people call Han. Everybody calls Han, except for Lando, who calls him Han. You know, what in the world? It's all these weird pronunciations of words. But, you know, like the Mixelplick and Mixes Piddly are completely different. Completely different. As far as what, you know, what we're saying there. Wendy and Marvin. It was Wendy and Marvin. Wendy and Marvin. We both got there. It took us a minute, but we got there. Isaac says Pokemon does the same thing with pronunciation. The show will pronounce it one way, the Nintendo will pronounce it another way, and then the directors of the games will pronounce it differently. Like,
Like, come on, you know. But the one that really gets under my skin is the Ra's al Ghul thing. Every time I hear Ra's al Ghul, I just feel like they didn't do any of their, homework. Yeah, Tiffany from the other room. Homework? Yeah, I just feel like they didn't do their homework. I mean, because everybody knows it's Ra's al Ghul. It's been Ra's al Ghul ever since the character was created. Why would you call him Ra's? Oh man, it makes my skin crawl to hear the word Ra's, because it's just not right. Pam says, my friends and I, Wonder Twin powers activate. Right? I love the Wonder Twins, and I want to see the Wonder Twins in the Arrowverse. I mean, we've gotten that. I'm just kind of curious why we haven't gotten anything since Crisis about like the Hall of Justice. You know, we got that little teaser with Gleek. Nothing. We have gotten nothing since. So I hope we see more. They started saying Ra's al Ghul's name correctly starting in season 7 of Arrow. Finally. Oh, did they, Isaac? Yeah, because I just remember just seeing Ra's all the time, and that just totally pulled me out of it, you know. So I'm glad they started calling him Ra's al Ghul, because that's his name, Ra's al Ghul. That's what it's always been. Pam says Wendy and Steve, I think, and then I said Marvin. She goes Marvin, Steve. It's close, close enough. I love it. Isaac says, I'm surprised Legends haven't even done anything about Gleek. Yeah, me too, because Gleek would be like right up their alley. Ra's is apparently the Chinese pronunciation, while Ra's is the Middle Eastern pronunciation. Sometimes Nanda Parbat in the Middle East, and sometimes it's in Asia. Oh, sometimes Nanda Parbat is in the Middle East, and sometimes it's in Asia. Yeah, I get that, but the character itself, you know, I don't know. I guess if there's reason behind it, I can't really fight it too much, but I just don't like it. I'll be honest with you. I got no other reason. I just don't like it. I don't. You know, if there's a logical explanation, I guess, but it just bugs me because it's always been Ra's al Ghul. You know, it's always been pronounced as Ra's al Ghul. Ever since I first heard of the character, it was Ra's al Ghul. You know, so it should be Ra's al Ghul. I'm just saying. Don't change it. Pam just says, I just found out today that Netflix is doing a live action Avatar The Last Airbender series. Yes, they are. And I never really got into that much, but I know a lot of people who are, and so I'm really excited for them as fans that they're getting that, because I know a lot of people are really excited to be finally getting that. And you know, I think it's cool. I think it's awesome when fans are able to get stuff that they've wanted to see, you know, for a long time, and experience. I think that's cool, and I think that we're getting a lot more of that these days, where fans are speaking up, and we're getting to see the things that we've always wanted to see, you know, in the ways that we wanted to see them. So I think that's awesome. Caleb says most people use the Middle Eastern translations because when he was originally created, he was Middle Eastern. But in Batman Begins, the fake Ra's was Asian. So they used the Asian translation. Yeah, I get it. But in the end, even that version, even though the fake version was Asian, you know, we know that he probably turned out to be more Middle Eastern if Liam Neeson could be considered Middle Eastern.
Talking about Liam Neeson's?
Yeah, talking about Liam Neeson's. He's my jam. So, it's interesting. Pam says, now I just need season 3 of The Orville. Yes. Bring that on. Can we please get that? Man, the show was so good, and this is my fear. This was my fear when they announced it.
Or they can throw it on HBO with Batwoman.
No, they're not throwing it on HBO.
I know, it's going on Hulu.
It's Fox. It's already going to Hulu.
I know. Just saying that would give us more things to want the HBO Plus.
Yeah, but they're two different companies, Tiff. It's Fox.
and so they're not gonna do that. It's completely different owned companies. But they're messing that up because Orville had two solid good.
Watching what on Netflix?
They had two solid good seasons right back to back. Boom, boom, boom. Just knocking it out of the park. We were loving it. We were eating it up. We were soaking it up. We were watching it here on the channel, doing live streams of it. So many people that came to the channel started watching the show because we were watching the show. And then nothing. Nothing. Even Harley's upset about it. Nothing. We got nothing. It was just done. And we know that it's coming to Hulu at some point, but they're waiting too long. They're really waiting too long in this thing because all of that forward momentum, man, is just
Gonna lose its steam.
Gonna lose its steam. And by the time it comes out to Hulu, it's gonna take some getting back to it. As he said, he's planning on starting the series tonight. Never watched multiple episodes when it was on TV, but now that it's on Netflix, I plan on watching it. That's Avatar, the Airbender. You said ooh. Not even news releases. I know, right, Pam? Like there's just like it's like radio silence on Orville, and
This pandemic didn't help.
no, but it's like there's just been nothing. Seth MacFarlane hasn't said anything about it. Nobody has said a word about it, and that sucks. To be quite honest with you, it just sucks because that show was so good. Every week we were sitting here going, "Wow, this show is amazing." Every week we were blown away by how good the show was. What's that?
It was like a mini movie.
It was. Every week was like a mini movie.
Caleb says the Orville is now a Disney property. All scripted shows that air on Fox are owned by Disney.
Well, yeah.
Fox themselves no longer makes scripted content. They focus on reality TV, sports, and news now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still. I mean, it's all under Disney. But yeah, just going to Hulu.
Pam says, like Disney's releasing plenty of intel about The Mandalorian.
The thing is at least give us fans something that we can hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
To know that it's coming, that there's some kind of work being done on it. Like at this point, I don't think there's been any work on it at all. I haven't heard anything about them actually starting the show, like starting to film or having to shut down filming, So like we're still quite a ways off from ever getting Orville back. Mm-hmm. And that sucks. That really sucks.
But it's going to make me want to go back and watch the other seasons leading up to it to kind of so I can kind of remember where things left off.
Yeah, well, because the Orville was good TV from the very beginning, right out the gate, and it never slowed down, and it was just super good. So something, yes, Pam, I'm totally agreeing with you. News, teaser trailers, even just whispers, rumors, like possible storylines, like anything. Like even Seth MacFarlane going, "Hey, yeah, we're still working on it. We still want it to happen. It's still gonna happen, fans. Stick in there." I might have to tweet him tonight.
It's like we're waiting for what's his name for his pee once a year. We're waiting for it.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. Well, hey guys, good episode tonight.
Very good.
Really happy with Stargirl. Really happy with the way things are going with this show.
Making me excited about Tuesdays again.
Yes, and glad that you are here to join us, and I hope that more people catch on to this show and more people join us here.
Isaac said exactly like we know we aren't getting a new Pokemon game this year because there's 2 DLC packs coming out this year, so us Pokemon fans have something to hold on to and look forward to.
Yeah, just something. Just give us something so that we know that something's coming.
Isaac explained to me what a DLC is. Downloadable content.
Ooh, nice.
I'm learning what you're teaching me. I'm paying attention when you're talking.
What do you think, Harley? What do you think about it? Huh?
Like, I don't care. Just scratch my ears, Dad.
I like my ears scratched. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you guys over and to watch the shows that we love. Until next time, my name is Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett. The dog's bumping the camera stand. And, of course, the lovely...
Fantastic.
Saying, stay nerdy and love what you love no matter what anybody says. All right?
Say goodnight, Tiff.